Well, good evening, race fans of the internet. Welcome back to another feature presentation of the DOB Big Block Modifieds live here on Talkin' Dirt TV. So tonight we are at the Port Royal Speedway for round number 4 for the DOB Big Block Modified season number 3. Of course, your first 3 races you saw Volusia Speedway Park back on October 13th. Kevin Hanley took victory there. James Tiernan then won at the Lanier National Speedway. And then 2 weeks ago, Lernerville, Joshua Piquel goes to victory lane in that one. That leads us to tonight at the half mile at the Port Royal Speedway, where we will progress into week number 4 as a couple of cars already taken to the track here as we begin qualifying. Larry Moody on the speedway now in car number 73. As Dean Reynolds' quick time so far. Ooh, Moody way out of shape there. As now we look at Braden Eiler. Eiler up against the wall here. This one kind of worries me just a little bit. That wall might be a big factor in a lot of this, in a lot of what happens during this race, because it is very easy to absolutely cream it and have your night absolutely destroyed. So, looks like just about everybody's taken a time so far. We'll show you all their times. Eiler's quickest, Hanley second, Tupper's third. That's your top 3. Then it's Reynolds, Sheridan, Detweiler, and now Strickler into the top 3. That's Brett Strickler in the 38 car, heading down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 here. Now, for qualifying at this track, you've almost got to take off the incident penalties if you hit the wall, because this place is just so easy to smack that guardrail at. And we saw there Strickler did it on lap number 2, doesn't get a time for lap number 2. Lamberson 11th quick, Piquel 16th for Josh Piquel. Not at all what you want there as we get right into our warm-up here tonight, and we are awaiting the arrival at the speedway of tonight's co-host, Mr. Matt Bridgen. Matt, if you're there, go ahead and say what's up to the people as we try to get you in this race here.
Yeah, how's it going? I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but trying to get this issue resolved here. So,
hey, technical difficulties, it happens to the best of us. So technical difficulties for Matt here as we work into a little bit of warm-up action for tonight's 75-lap main event. So far on the season for the DOB Big Block Modifieds. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings. Piquel's your current leader. He's got 441 points so far this season. Second in points is Kevin Hanley. Third is Kevin Click. Jeff Sharp and Chris Roberts round up the top 5 in the points. All of those separated by right at 30 points. Roberts, sitting 5th, is 31 points back of the points that are Josh Piquel. So that makes tonight very, very, very intriguing, very enticing for some of these guys to try and have some better runs, because, man, these points are still so tight. It is absolutely anybody's ball game. I mean, even Detweiler, he's sitting 6th. He's only 36 points back of the points lead, so he's got just about as good of a shot as anybody does at claiming this points title. Does Double D Darren Detweiler. As we look on here at a few guys on the speedway, there's the Double D machine himself and the 3D, that white, green, and black car there in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Right behind him, I believe, let's see here, that'll be the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Reynolds currently 6th here in this hot lap session. Eric Tupper back here in the 115. Kevin Click up here, that blue machine. That's your quickest time so far here in the hot laps. Braden Eiler down on the bottom of the speedway. Piquel stopped as well, as I believe they said, guys, let's get it off the track. Let's go ahead and get ready to get lined up for tonight's 75-lap A main event. So 12 of 16. Get a couple of hot laps here. And I believe the white will be coming out momentarily to signal the end of tonight's hot lap session, as we get ready to grid up for our 75-lap B main here in just a moment. as we wait on whatever I guess is happening here. I guess we're waiting on some time to expire. Guys, make sure that you are subscribed to the Talking Dirt TV YouTube channel. If you're not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and hit that notification bell as well so you never miss an upload from Talking Dirt. I almost said Wicked Fab. I need to do a Wicked Fab video. I really do. I'll try to work on that soon. But yeah, as always, the DOB Big Block Modifieds are brought to you by Super Clean Racing Products, as well as Design Metal Art, Jay-Z Photography, Tim Sims Dirt Track Racing Simulators, powered by iRacing, Forrest Wegge, the I-55 lawyer in Missouri, and so many more. Wicked Brands, of course. You see that on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. So many people coming together to bring you the DOB Big Block Modifieds live here every Thursday night on the TDTV YouTube page. So real quick, a look at the upcoming schedule for this this series. Of course, November 17th, which will be next Thursday, Wheat Sport Speedway up in New York. Then we'll take a week off for Thanksgiving. That'll be Eldora Speedway on December 1st, Lucas Oil Speedway on December 8th, Federated Auto Parts Speedway at I-55 on December 15th, Bristol Motor Speedway on December 22nd, and the dirt track at Charlotte to round out the season on December 29th. So here we go, your Big Block Modified starting lineup taking to the Speedway now. And we will pull up your starting grid for tonight's main event. Before we get to that, Batch, did you ever get in, buddy?
Well, I did a restart on my computer, and it's said it's loading in at 25% now. So
we got to get you some better.
Shortly.
We got to get you some better equipment. We're gonna have to do that at some point in life. But for the Big Block Modifieds, Braden Eiler will roll us from the pole here. Kevin Hanley will be to his outside. We will have, let's see, Brett Strickler and Eric Tupper on row number 2. Dean Reynolds and Michael Sheridan on row number 3. Darren Detweiler and Kevin Click on row number 4. Dakota Kuhn and Zachary Bardsley on row number 5. Row number 6 will be Brad Limberson and Scott Finstermaker. And to round out the field, you've got Todd LeBaub in 13th, Chris Roberts 14th, 15th Larry Moody, and 16th and final starter will be Joshua Paquel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your parade lap here, going green next time by at the Port Royal Speedway, the Speed Palace, for the DOB Big Block Modifieds. Interestingly enough, here looks like Eiler and let's see here, might have had a redraw that I was unaware about, because they are all kinds of mixed up here. Actually, a top 6 invert, I believe. Yeah, I do believe it's a top 6 invert as Sheridan and Reynolds go to the front row here as the pace truck dips down off of the speedway, and we'll be coming to a green flag this next time by. So good looking ride right now for Michael Sheridan. Let's see if he can make something happen with it and lead any of these 75 laps. We've seen him be good in the sprint cars, and now we are green flag racing as Sheridan on the loud pedal here at the Speed Palace, racing into turns 1 and 2, and already to the top side goes Dean Reynolds, and he's got a whole shot down the back straightaway as he's got a ton of momentum, gets right around Sheridan. Strickler going to try and follow him up. He pulls in behind Reynolds, and Brett Strickler now going to pull into the second spot as behind him they battle like wildfire down the front stretch as Kevin Hanley gets around the 3D of Detweiler, now working on the 37 machine. I believe that's Eiler. Whoa, Kevin Click, contact between he and Hanley. The Kevins get together here in turn 3 as Click gets the worst of it. Hanley pulls up now behind the 37 and the 115 machines. He will start to battle with position for them as Sheridan back in third. Hemorrhaging spots here for Michael Sheridan. Yeah, Sheridan hemorrhaging some spots. To the inside goes Braden Eiler. Eiler continues to have a good-looking hot rod every single time we see him here on TDTV as Sheridan makes a big mistake. There goes the 110 of Hanley around him on the bottom as we race into turns 3 and 4. Let's take a look at your leader. Right now it's Brett Strickler in car number 38. Strickler with a good-looking hot rod here tonight. He'll lead us into turns 1 and 2. We'll pull up the gap so you can see exactly what these guys are cooking with. About a 0.6 second advantage right now for Strickler over Reynolds. Then it's your pack of cars, Tupper and Eiler. Battle for third. Hanley gets around Sheridan. Now Sheridan finds the outside. Michael Sheridan cooking with something here on lap number 7. First big burst of speed Sheridan has shown since the initial green flag, as this place continues to be outside lane dominant here. As we've come to know from the Port Royal Speedway, this place on the simulator a little bit outside lane dominant. But right now, so far so good for Brett Strickler out front, 1.3 second advantage over Braden Eiler. Reynolds third, and here comes Eric Tupper and Kevin Hanley. Hanley's catching the 4 machine as Dakota Kuhn got an incident with him. He's stuck down on the bottom of the speedway. He will tow back in, so we will stay green flag racing here on lap number 8 of 75.
Yeah, and it's starting to single file out, like you said earlier. Just people, or not people, but the line to be on is right there up against that wall. And as you saw, I don't know if you're viewing him or not, but Eric Tupper got into it a little bit there the last lap.
Yeah, we'll look back at Eric Tupper here running in third. He and Dean Reynolds side by side right now, as Reynolds on the outside. Reynolds going to have some momentum there on the outside. Trying to sort through a few things here. Back at it now with Kevin Hanley. Kevin Hanley to the inside of the 79 of Reynolds. Caution, Matt. Caution flag. As we will look at the flipping machine, the number 11 for Zach Bardsley. Bardsley just did a somersault down the backstretch here, Matt, as we take another look at it. Coming out of turn number 2. Ooh, up into the outside wall there for Zach Bardsley. Up and over once. Matt, I don't remember what the old record was, but he might be close to it here. As there's at least 4 flips on this crash for the 11 of Bardsley.
Well, I don't think these cars will be able to break the record we have on here with the sprint cars. They had
we might have to
cautions.
We might have to well, not that record. I'm talking about the flip record.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. I meant 11 flips.
Yeah. That flip record, I think it's safe, but as far as records for the big blocks are concerned, I think we might be pretty close to it right now, as that was a scary ride there for Zach Bardsley, who is actually still out on the speedway, so he looks to continue to race with us here tonight as we take a look at your race leader there, Brett Strickler. So far, so good for car number 38 here at the Port Royal Speedway. He's been so good all season long, and looks to take home a big victory tonight here in round number 4. You see Eiler right in behind him. Braden Eiler started back in the 6th spot. Currently back up to 2nd, so watch out for this young man as this race progresses on. Dean Reynolds here in the 79 car. He rode in 2nd for quite a bit of this race. I'm really intrigued to see what he's got in store for us here, because we're going to restart with, I believe, just under 60 laps to go in this race. Still a very long way, but, you know, I mean, these guys, all of them look like they are setting up for a great late race run. So I don't know. We'll see who's able to pull the cat out the bag the best here, Matt.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just kind of waiting at the moment. It's still pretty single file, but 38's gonna get off to a good start there on the outside, and they're gonna go into turn 1. 37's gonna fall back behind the leader, diamond the corner off there a little bit. But Strickler able to. Eiler gonna throw big slider here in turns 3 and 4, but Strickler's gonna come back around him on the outside.
Yeah, man.
In turn 4.
Yeah, Eiler right there behind him. He's running that top pretty darn well, if I do say so. But yeah, Brett Strickler's just been so good so far tonight that he has been able to stay out front of Braden Eiler. And, Eiler right in on him as we head into turns 1 and 2. This is going to be a slide job here, Matt, for the lead.
Strickler going to try to cross over. Not quite there. Strickler with the slide job in turns 3 and 4. He's going to up to the wall, and Ray Nyler's going to go back under him for the crossover coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, good move there by Eiler as he will take the lead. Now it's taken right back by Strickler. Another high job attempt there in turns 1 and 2 as these guys race down the backstretch. Strickler, Eiler trading the lead back and forth. I know we've got battling going on behind these guys, but this race is way too good to take the cameras off of it right now. As now we'll look back, Kevin Hanley making some moves, gets around Dean Reynolds. Now Reynolds back down to the bottom. 79 car trying to make something happen once again.
Oh, close there with the crossover by Braden Nyler there. It almost got bad, but he was able to clear him and got a little bit of lead here coming off of turn 2 on lap 16.
Look back here at Michael Sheridan. He's got Detweiler on the inside. Click in behind. And looking back up front, Eiler, your new leader. Matt missed the pass for the lead, but Braden Eiler now with a tremendous advantage. It's about 1.2 seconds over now Eric Tupper as Tupper gets around the 38 of Strickler.
Strickler fighting hard to keep that second position there as he's going to throw a slide job in turns 3 and 4. Tupper trying to cross him over there, just not quite there. Oh, carving in the wall. I think it's Michael Sheridan. Yep, there's a caution.
Ooh, yeah, well, definitely Michael Sheridan. As Sheridan is around, he was stopped and got punted by Scott Fenstermaker. And that does, in fact, draw a caution here, Matt. So looking through the field right now, they get lined up. Eiler, your leader. Strickler back to second. Tupper, Hanley, and Reynolds round out the top 5. Then it's Piquel, Detweiler, Click, Lamberson, Moody, your top 10. Laval, Roberts, Bardsley, and Fenstermaker, the only cars still on the speedway for tonight's main event. As we are steadily working off laps here. Already closing in on 20 laps in the books, so almost a little under a third of the way done here. I'll say that, a little under a third of the way done tonight as we get lined up once again. I believe going to take the one to go to green next time by, Matt.
I'm not sure. I think it looks like they're doing lane choice, and I think Braden Eiler's going to choose the high side here, which pretty much a no-brainer at this track, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with you 100% there. If I was racing this track, I would ask for lane preference, and I would go to the top just about every single restart because, I mean, you even see it in the track. This place not working in as quickly as one would think it would, certainly less than I thought it would. I thought this thing would be glossed over by now, but still, that top side has a lot of moisture left in it, and the bottom really won't come in until, lap 60 to 70, if it does at all. As we get set for a restart, Eiler back on the loud pedal. Green flag here, and what a jump there for Braden Eiler.
And Tupper going to peek his nose up under Strickler here, and he's going to be able to slide up in front of him coming off of turn 2. Oh, big pile up in turn 2.
Yeah, big pile up there in turn number 2 as we back it up and see exactly what happens here. Let's race down into 1 and 2 again. Ooh, yeah, there's contact. 79 gets into 110. And behind him, who catches a piece here? Larry Moody in the 73 catches a piece. And Zach Bardsley into it hard. And now into it as well was, oh gosh, I want to say that was Dakota Kuhn there in the 95. Yes, it was. Dakota Kuhn gets a piece. Hanley goes upside down. And there is carnage running amok here tonight at Port Royal already. But luckily, Matt, caution laps here do count. So we will continue to march on towards 75 with Braden Eiler dominant so far tonight. Eiler right around, let's see here if we can look at some look at the lap times that we've run so far. So Eiler's the quickest, Matt, by, I think 0.12 seconds or so. Strickler and Tupper super close. Reynolds at a 19.6, and then Paquel at a 19.4 for his fastest lap. The I guess the second quickest was Strickler. Now that I'm looking at it, but still a 19.2 against 19.4s and up. This Braden Eiler absolutely flying at this point in this race, Matt, as we click into lap number 20 here.
Yeah, and it may not look like much on times, but if he's that consistently much faster, if he's consistently that much faster each lap, it really adds up, and that shows why he had that lead he had on that last run.
Absolutely. So we're going to kick this run off by showing you guys the lap times for the first couple of laps, and we'll see if anybody can match Eiler. You saw his last time I was a 19.4. That was the last time we were green. That is flying. So Braden Eiler back on the lap pedal. We are green flag racing at Port Royal once again into lap number 20. 55 to go here tonight. 55 to go at the Port Royal Speedway, and Eiler already off to a tremendous run into turns 3 and 4. Back behind him, Paquel starting to work on Reynolds. Josh Paquel, Matt, up 11. So far, he's up to the 5th spot, and he's looking for 4th on the bottom of the 79.
And he's going to have the advantage going into turn 3. Going to roll it in the middle and slide it up to the top there.
Parked it.
Dean Reynolds having to get on the binders there a little bit. We're able to get away there with minimal contact and stay in green here.
Yeah, there's a little more contact behind him between Detweiler and Click. Those two able to continue racing as well. Now there's a battle between LeBaub and Lamberson. Lamberson in the 27, right in behind. Todd LeBaub now the outside. He's going to have the run down the front stretch, but LeBaub in the Budweiser special going to hold down the spot for now as Chris Roberts in the 93 struggling here tonight, but he thought to make a challenge. Makes a little bit of contact with the 94, and he will fall back behind him into the clutches, the 11 of Bardsley. As we work the cameras back towards the front, Larry Moody having a nice run. He's currently 8th, working on Kevin Click for position number 7. Up in front of them, Paquel has cleared Reynolds, and he works his way towards Tupper. Paquel about 2/10 off of Eiler, as Eiler and Strickler, Matt, they are waging war on each other here on lap number 25. 50 to go, and the battle for the lead was tight there for a moment, but now Eiler starting to pull away again.
And this track's starting to develop a lot of character right now. You can see these cars just bouncing going down the track.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. This thing is certainly developing character, which kind of makes me think who's going to be the first one to go try that ultra low line, as now we see a battle brewing right behind your leaders. Paquel looking for 3rd, away from Eric Tupper. Tupper in the 115 on the outside, Paquel in the 33P on the inside. Paquel looking for a lane to throw a slider. We're going to hold it to the bottom. Not enough momentum. So even with the character, Matt, the bumpy line is still the fast line here at Port Royal is up front. That 38 not letting the 37 go by any means.
Yeah, no, he's not. And if you look at the last lap's lap times, Eiler ran a 19.6, Strickler ran a 19.8, Tupper with a 19.7. So times are pretty close here. There's still a little bit of a gap here, but pretty close. This past lap, Brett Strickler turned the fastest lap with a 19.5.
We had a little bit of a slide job right behind your leaders. Paquel went to the inside, slid right up in front of Tupper. Now Tupper gonna exchange it with him. Slide job from Eric Tupper. Now Tupper into the wall down the front stretch. Going to get passed right back up by Piquel. Pulls the okie doke on him. And now Tupper going to have to recharge here if he wants to throw another one on the 33P. But that 33 lightning quick right now as he will pull right away from the 115 of Tupper. Piquel into third by himself. Now has about 2 seconds to make up on your top two, Eiler and Strickler. As lap traffic, let's look at where lap traffic is. It's across the front straightaway right now. The last car on the lead lap is Michael Sheridan. Scott Finstermaker right there in front of him. Let's work our way back up here. There's LeBalb, Lamberson, Roberts, Moody in a three-car dance right now with Reynolds and Detweiler down the front stretch as Matt Detweiler looking for the slide job, but he's going to hold it on the bottom. He's got to pull the trigger and take this chance, does he not, Matt?
Yeah, I think we're closing in on halfway here. So,
oh no!
Ooh, not what you want to see.
Not at all. Big caution here in turn number 4 for Dean Reynolds. Up and over. I got to take a look at this one in the super slow-mo. Let's see if I can find Reynolds here. Got to take a look at it in slow-mo and see exactly what happens here in turn number 3. Ooh, yeah, there is some definite contact, Matt. Definite contact there between Reynolds and Detweiler. Let's see if Darren just misjudges the slider a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Darren just misjudges it ever so slightly. Dean catches the wall at an awkward angle up and over, but luckily for him, car does land back on its wheels here. And he looks to be able to hopefully continue on in tonight's main event. Now 33 laps in the books of 75 as they catch back up to the field here. And this breathes new life into it for Josh Piquel because at times the fastest car on the track, at times the third fastest car on the track. Let's see what he's able to muster up for this restart, Matt.
Yeah, and I was watching those times closely on that the last few laps on that green flag run, and there was one lap that Braden Eiler and Brett Strickler turned the exact same lap. They both turned. It was a 19.573 or 37, but they're exactly the same. So
yeah, these guys they're counter driving each other pretty darn well here. So I'm excited to see what the rest of this race has in store for us. As obviously lane choice comes into effect here at Port Royal, and to the top shelf goes Braden Eiler in the number 37. It'll say 6 on the scoreboard, but you see the 37 there on the side of his big block modified machine. And down low, second place runner Brett Strickler. Let's see what kind of shot Brett tries to tee up on that number 37 for this restart here. Tupper Piquel on row number 2. Click Moody on row number 3. Roberts Lamerson on row number 4. LeBalb and Bardsley on row number 5, rounding out the top 10 as we get set to come to another restart, Matt. This one could be tricky.
Yeah, like I said, closing in on halfway, some guys are going to be needing to make some moves here as Braden Eiler gets off to a fantastic start. Tupper's going to be able to get around Strickler there on that restart, getting into turn 1.
Yeah, you said Eiler got to a great restart. Strickler did not. That's going to hurt him. He's now fighting with Tupper for position number 2. As looks like he's going to throw a slider here in turn number 3. He's going to clear him right back. So Strickler back to second. As behind him, it's now a hornet's nest. As here comes the 33P. Here comes Josh Piquel. Slide job in turns 1 and 2. Now Strickler going to have to answer back as he's fallen back to third. And also look at this car on the bottom. Chris Roberts making some moves here as the bottom starts to come into play here at Port Royal. But Piquel, new second place man. Ooh, will it be? Yes, it will. Slide job from Strickler. Piquel going to get right back to the bottom here, Matt.
Ooh, wreck in turn 2. Wreck in turn 2. Caution is out.
It is.
Sheridan was involved in that one.
Sheridan and Lamberson both go around at the end there. Let's see what triggers it here as we get into turns 1 and 2. Looks like the 94 car Yeah, the 94 and 27 make contact. 94 starts to spin, gets back into the 27. He wheel hops, and then we'll go around from there. And like you said, Sheridan then gets involved in the 15 car. Sheridan will come to a stop. Lamberson will come to a stop. And that was your caution here on lap number 36, as we are still shy of tonight's halfway point. Man, who knew it was 75 laps at Port Royal would... You gotta remember, this place is a big half-mile track, so these laps are ticking away. I don't know if I'd say rather slowly, Matt, but not quite the pace we were used to seeing with the first couple of races here. Of course, Lanier and Lernerville, both 3/8 mile tracks, and those laps seem to cut quickly here. But Port Royal, this place just so big, so much room for racing. I'm having a blast here, Matt.
Yeah, and here in these last few laps, you know, these guys throwing these slide jobs is really, you know, starting to throw a loop in the race here.
Absolutely.
Doing a good job at, you know, keeping it clean so far.
Absolutely, yeah. About as clean as they can keep it right now. Is this is kind of interesting, Matt. You see what what Paquel and Eiler just did. Eiler now, I guess, giving up on the top for a restart here. And now Paquel going to have the preferred line. Let's see how this restart goes for the number 37. Is those two heading through 3 and 4, coming back to a restart here at the Port Royal Speedway.
I think this is showing us that Braden Eiler's going to try that bottom out here as he gets off to a great start. Let's see where he goes. I think he's going to go back to the top. Piquel going to throw the slide job. He's going to clear him, but Braden Eiler going to be able to cross him over coming out of turn 2, and he's going to go into turn 3 on the bottom. Tupper right behind him. And Braden Eiler's going to lead the lap with Piquel in second.
Well, as those two are battling for the lead, as Paquel goes back with the slide job in turns 1 and 2. Eiler back to the bottom, right behind them. There's a big battle. Tupper, Robert Strickler makes a little contact with Roberts. He'll now fall behind Kevin Click. Brent Strickler was so good there for quite a while. Now finds himself in 6th, battling with Click for 5th. As he'll clear him going into 1 and 2. Track really starting to widen out here, Matt.
And got you a new leader now, Josh Piquel, but not so fast. Braden Eiler with the slide job, but Piquel going to be able to cross him over coming out of turn 4.
And another yellow here. This one again for Michael Sheridan. Sheridan's, third of the night, I believe, as he just gets into the outside wall by himself and up and over multiple times there for Michael Sheridan. His, let's see, I believe his third crash of the night and first or second flipping crash at that. So, yeah, Michael Sheridan presumably going to be done here for the rest of the evening. As new leader Josh Piquel, and Matt, I'm fully expecting him to not do what Braden did on the last restart. I fully expect him to stick to the top here, as that still, even though the bottom's worked his way in a little bit, still got to be the preferred line around this half-mile track right now.
Yeah, I think Braden Eiler maybe had pulled the trigger a little bit too soon there. I don't think it's quite there. Like you said earlier, I think around lap 60, you know, the bottom's going to be definitely where you want to be. Or at least the middle or something.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, possibly. I would lean more towards the middle as far as holding that momentum, but really it all depends on how this track progresses. If this thing gets completely slicked over, then we are in for a world of difference, as guys will be trying to use every inch of this racetrack as much as possible here. But really expect to see guys keep hammering that cushion for the majority of this race, especially late in this race. I think the guys are going to drift back up to the top side here to try and find that extra momentum as it, fades away from the middle and bottom of the racetrack as this race works on here. Now 40 laps going to be scored in the books as we get set for another restart here. 6th caution flag of the night at Port Royal. And man, we got a couple of big movers. Of course, Paquel up 14, make it 15 now. He'll be in the lead for the restart. Chris Roberts up 10. Larry Moody in 8th. He's up 7 spots, so a lot of big movers as we get set for this restart.
And it's setting up to be a good one here.
Oh, yeah. Definitely sets up to be a good one as we get back to a restart. There's Piquel on the loud pedal. He'll get right back to the top shelf. No, he won't stay to the bottom, actually, and possibly run that slider line in turns 1 and 2. Well, hey, Matt, maybe I was wrong, and that bottom is working to perfection right now for Josh Piquel, as now he'll drift back up into the middle of the track. But Eiler's got a massive run out of turn number 4, excuse me. Man, I get my rights and lefts mixed up all the dang time. As we continue to race here, people beating and banging that cushion, Matt.
Yeah, now Piquel going to jump back up to the top, of course, and Braden Eiler's getting a little bit of pressure there from Tupper. Strickler and Quigg still side-by-side racing as well.
Oh, yeah, Tupper with a good run on the bottom of Eiler right now. Braden doing his best to avoid that 115 car. As now Brett Strickler showing another flash of speed. Tried for the slide job, couldn't clear both of them, so he pulled up in front of the 25 of Click. Now he'll work on the 115 of Tupper. Good run, good bounce back right now for Brett Strickler, who at one moment found himself back in 6th. As Matt, just like that, your top 2 have escaped the rest of the field here, as Eiler and Piquel up about a second over 3rd place Brett Strickler, who's still being pressured by Tupper and Click into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, these guys are racing very hard for the 3rd position, and like you said, it's allowed the leaders to be able to break away a little bit. And now Brett Strickler is going to be able to break away from Eric Tupper just a little bit. He's going to try to track down the 37 and the 33.
Watch these front 2 going through the corners. You'll see just how bumpy the Port Royal Speedway is tonight. This thing throwing big loopholes in this race at this point as we get really close. Just past halfway here as we work towards lap number 50. As Piquel with about a half a second lead over Eiler. It's another second back to Strickler. Another second back to Click. And then Tupper's right there behind him. We got a battle right now for 4th as Tupper on the bottom. Click into the wall. Going to give Tupper a chance here at the line. As it's a drag race. Click's got it that time by. As now Click on the top shelf. I am seeing, Matt, if you bang that cushion just right, you get a monster run down the backstretch. But you hit one hole the wrong way, and it sends your entire lap straight to the outhouse.
Yeah, there's a very, very, very fine line there that you can run on in a very short limit to get there. So, well, showing who's the drivers tonight and who, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. As you see your top 2 there, they're hitting that mark. They're hitting that fine line you just talked about just about every lap, as they are leaps and bounds above the competition right now. It's almost 2 seconds now back to Brett Strickler. He's still doing a pretty good job at banging that cushion, but he's up into the wall a whole lot more than your top 2. It just about collects that outside wall down the front stretch. Back behind him, Click still has his hands full with Tupper, as Tupper now will throw the slide job as the caution flag flies for Larry Moody. The 79 of Reynolds, and I believe here Sheridan might have missed that one. Still a lot of damage on the 15. Let's take the replay here. Let's take it to the replay and see exactly what happens here between Moody and the 79. As whoa, they are battling hard for position down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Moody gets in just a little hot. 79 was trying to run the bottom. 73 didn't think he was coming down. They make contact. 94, Machine of LaBaube gets into it as well. And then right behind, I believe that's the 46 of Fenstermaker. Yes, it is. 46 of Fenstermaker gets into it as well. And then from there, Calamity Corner number 4 as Larry Moody up and over multiple times. It will come to a rest with what looks like broken suspension on the 73 cars. Moody looks like he will be done for the rest of the evening. 25 laps will remain as we sit right now, Matt, working our 7th caution of the night.
And still plenty of race left. And racing's just now, I mean, it's getting better and better each lap we go. I mean, we were seeing that battle between Kevin Click and Eric Tupper there. They had a good battle going. I hated to see the caution come out and stop. So hopefully they can get another good one going here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm really hoping that this will be an interesting restart because Eiler and Piquel, this is probably the battle of the season so far. These two trading blow for blow right now as we take that one to go to green. Going to be set up for quite the restart here. I believe we're going to restart with about 22, 23 laps to go. So it's almost time, Matt. The gloves are going to come off at some point. Eiler and Piquel going to have to try and outwork the other, but, you know, don't count out Strickler just yet or Click. I mean, those two very, very quick. If they can just hit those marks, those fine lines in the turns, they will definitely be in the running here for a big win tonight at Port Royal as, Matt, we get set for yet another restart.
Oh, looked like Strickler wanted to go just a little bit early, but he woes it up there, and Joshua Piquel takes off. Eiler going to choose the bottom. Piquel going to roll it through the middle. And Piquel's going to have the advantage off of turn 2. Dive bomb slide job by Strickler there, but it's not going to do anything. Now Braden Eiler's going to try to show his quarter pin on the right side of Piquel. Now he's going to drop it down to the bottom, throw a slide job.
Yeah, nice slide job.
Have the lead coming off of turn 2 there.
Yeah, that was a nice slide job there by Eiler, Matt. He timed it up almost to. Wow! Caution! That is not what you like to see.
No, not at all. And I mean, I don't think there was any contact there. I just had the wall monster got him. We ain't seen the wall monster in a while, but the wall monster got him.
Well, we are definitely gonna take a look and see if there was any contact here. And low, you see him in and out of the wall there, gets into it. Oh boy, we're gonna have to take another look, another angle at that. Is there may have been a slight bit of contact, but not at all enough. Let's see here. There's the 33 of Piquel. Yeah, Eiler tried to turn back down the track, wheel hopped Piquel, and then did a much bigger wheel hop on the wall. And we do get a caution here for Braden Eiler.
Looks like they're sending Joshua Piquel back, or giving him an AOL as well. So
wow, I don't know if I would have made that call. I don't know if I would have made that call. Now Josh might have, decided to do it himself, but.
Right.
I don't know if I would make that call there. It wasn't like a dirty move or anything. They were both just racing hard for position and ran out of real estate, but that's a tough call there for the 33 at this stage in the race with only 24 laps to go at Port Royal.
Yeah, very unfortunate. He was showing some tremendous speed there as he, was up. You said, 15 positions there in the lead? So,
started this race last.
A good thing there.
Started this race from the last spot, and now he's going to have to do it all over again here in just 25 laps. As Eiler looks like he's done for the night, now it's up to Brett Strickler. Oh, how the tables have turned, Matt, as we get set for a restart here into, I believe, 23 laps to go.
And Brett Strickler going to find himself back in the lead here, and he's going to choose the top side and get off to a great start here. Going to stick to the top. Tupper going to try to throw a slide job, not quite there. Kevin Click right there on the bottom.
Absolutely, is now Tupper slide job right in front of Strickler. Tupper on the top, Strickler back down to the middle. Looks like he's going to tee up a shot of his own as he just clears him down the straightaway. Now Tupper back to the bottom. I don't know if I would have made that move. I probably would have stayed on the top and tried to get momentum down the backstretch, as now Strickler, whoa, wheel hops it. Wheel hops the wall. Does Brett Strickler. That gives new life to Eric Tupper, who's now right behind him in second. He's going to pull to the inside down the front stretch, and we might see a slide job out of Tupper as he goes low. Slides up the track, but not quite far enough. Strickler going to maintain outside control here as he races down the backstretch. Now Tupper going to line it up once again. This time he will throw the slide job, Matt.
And Darren Detweiler now in the third position, looking to throw his name in the mix as he's sent back being patient, watching these guys duke it out. Now Kevin Click's going to try to get underneath Detweiler here.
So just like that, all it took was a big twist in the mix here, and we have got a 4-car race as the yellow flag flies. I believe, unfortunately, this one's for Piquel. Let's see here. He races down the backstretch. Oh, no, not for Piquel. It's for, I believe that's Finstermaker, Scott Finstermaker in the 46 car. Was spun here. Let's take a look at his spin before Piquel catches up to him. He's battling with the 15 of Sheridan, hits the binders, gets run into by the 79 of Reynolds, and then Piquel up into the wall to try and avoid him there, but I believe the caution is in fact for Finstermaker in the 46 car. But Matt, this race a long way from over, and you've now got 4 guys that have shown flashes of speed that are big enough flashes that they very well could contend for this win here tonight.
Yeah, they had a good race brewing there. Again, hate to see the caution come out, but I'm sure these guys will get right back to it when the green flag flies.
Oh, absolutely. I'm 100% sure that it's going to be an interesting race, to say the least, for the rest of this one here as we get set for, I believe, going to take the one to go this time. Piquel, Heartbreak Hotel right now for Josh Piquel as he was, up in the lead and now finds himself on the pit road. As Strickler, let's see where he decides to go. To the bottom for Brett Strickler, your leader, is now to the outside of him. Will go the 115 of Eric Tupper. Tupper been pretty darn good so far tonight. So has now Darren Detweiler. Detweiler's been sitting back and watching your leader's race, and now decides that he wants to get into it at the for the tail end of this race. And Kevin Click can't count him out either. Kevin Click has had a pretty good season so far. As Brett Strickler and Eric Tupper about to lead us back to a green flag, Matt, here as we restart into, I believe, 19 to go.
Of course, another great start by Brett Strickler here. He's going to choose to run the slider line. Tupper going to run a little bit higher of a slider line. Strickler's going to get the advantage. Detweiler going to try the bottom here. Kevin Quick's going to be able to get around him on the outside for the third position.
Absolutely. As we watch that battle for third right now, Detweiler back down to the bottom in car number 3, as caution does wave once again here. Let's see who this one's for. I believe it'll be Bardsley, as Zach Bardsley over in turn number 3 spun around here, and we will find out exactly what happened. We went flipping too. Another one that involves the 94 machine as well of LeBaub, as he and the 11 get together, and Bardsley gonna draw another caution here this evening, as this one looked good for a while, but now, Matt, working our 10th caution of this 75-lap race.
Yeah, and hopefully didn't mess up LeBaub's ride too much. He looks like he's not going to go into the pits. He's still sitting in his 5th position right now.
Yeah, LeBaub sitting 5th. Let's see here. Tupper still 2nd. Click now 3rd. Detweiler, LeBaub, Lamberson, Roberts, Sheridan, Reynolds, and Kuhn, your top 10. Haven't talked about Dakota Kuhn too much tonight. Been hovering right around the top 10, looking to make something happen here as we get towards the end of this race. Piquel now with a fixed race car. Let's see how far he can make it up. Then you got Fenstermaker and Bardsley rounding out the field as we sit here. Come around, I believe, going to be one to go to green this time by.
And Brett Strickler's gonna bottom here once again. I don't blame him. He's getting some great starts here on the bottom. Now you see that middle of the track there starting to get a little slick through the corners. I wonder if it'll ever go down to all the way to the bottom of the wall.
At this point,
I don't have much experience at this track. So I don't know where the line goes.
At this point in the race, with this little time left, I'm really not expecting it. But yeah, you never know. As you were talking about Strickler getting great runs there on the bottom for the restarts, he absolutely is. You know, running that middle in 1 and 2, then the slider in 3 and 4, able to clear him just about over restart, and he's going to try and do it again. But this time, off to a great advantage, but reeled right back in as well. We got contact behind him.
Kevin Click fed him a right rear there, but he's going to be able to. Kevin Click's going to be in third. Darren Detweiler's going to be put in the second position here. Now Kevin Click's trying to work around the crew machine. Detweiler liking the bottom right now.
Absolutely. 16 laps to go as Strickler continues to lead. Now a battle for second. Click and Detweiler. Detweiler on the bottom. That middle has had. Has had some momentum as we do, in fact, have a caution for Dean Reynolds. Let's just see what happens here to the number 79. Oh, Lord, we're going to take this one the long way back across the start-finish stripe. As 94 gets into 93, 94 slows up. 79 checks. 33 is not able to check, and the caution flies. So that's another one involving the 94 of LeBaub here. I gotta wonder, Matt, how much damage is on that number 94 after, being unintentionally involved in some of these cautions. Actually, doesn't look like too much damage on the 94, so he has lucked out in this situation. Chris Roberts looking out as well. Not too much damage on the number 93 is the 37 of Eiler finally back on the track, but I don't believe the suspension damage has been fixed for Braden Eiler, as he's toting the left front under caution here, Matt. Not quite what you want to see there for Eiler.
It looks like he's going to make it into the pits, but
yeah, he's probably going to be done for the rest of this one. I would presume, is that car a little worse for wear. There is Eiler in his final resting spot for tonight's Big Block Modified main event. Had a good run early, but then that contact with Piquel, and Eiler finds himself done for the rest of this one. 1 to go to green has been taken, so we are set for yet another restart here out of our 11th caution so far tonight. So yeah, hasn't been the prettiest, but when we've had green flags, we have had some great racing, and we're about ready to get back to it, working into lap number 15, Matt. Or lap 15 to go, excuse me.
And Darren Detweiler looking to pick up one more position here. He's restart second. Not the best restart there for Detweiler. Kevin Click's going to be able to get around him here going into turn 1, and Eric Tupper's going to try his best to get around them too. Oh, big wheel hop there. That's going to allow the top 3 to break away from the field, and that's going to put the 27 of Brad Lamberson in 4th place.
Yeah, Lamberson's now in 4th. Roberts in 5th on the bottom. Battle for second continues. Click and Detweiler. Detweiler behind him. Click in front in that blue car. as they still trail Brett Strickler. Brett Strickler, good lead right now, about a second as we cross the stripe. 13 laps to go here at the Port Royal Speedway. I believe that'll be, 2 in the books this last time. So it's going to be 63 in the books as we cross now. It'll be 12 laps to go for Brett Strickler. Has a little bit of contact behind him. Click and Detweiler still battling hard, as now we got 4 wide behind these guys for a second. Sheridan ends up pulling out of it, but it was 4 wide for a moment. Tupper on the top. Lamberson, Roberts, Sheridan, Piquel all under a blanket right now, Matt.
And it looks like Aaron Detweiler's trying to load up another run here. He had the momentum going into turn 1 there. Looks like he's just going to sit and ride behind him for now. Behind Click for now.
Absolutely. Like you said, Darren Detweiler's really got a run there in 3. He's going to have a run down the front stretch. When does he decide to pull the trigger is the big question right now at Port Royal. As your leader, Strickler, not really getting away from second and third right now. They're still, within striking distance with 10 laps to go. And Eric Tupper starting to make his way back towards your top 3, as well as Roberts and Piquel battle for 5th. Piquel going to look like he's going to have the spot down the front stretch. And then behind these guys, 2 by 2 by 2, just about all the way back as LeBaub and Fenstermaker battle for position number 10. Lamberson in front of Barnsley for 8th. Roberts in front of Sheridan. Piquel's cleared him. Piquel back into 5th. And now Strickler with still, Matt, about a 1 second advantage as Detweiler now looks to take the shot for second.
And now he is nose to nose with Click going into turns 3. Click into the wall. Ooh. Oh, I think. Oh, that's not good for Kevin Click. Looks like Detweiler's going to slow it down here on the track. Not sure what is going on at all.
Well, what Darren did there was called, I don't want to get a black flag at the end of this race, so I'm going to fall to the rear. That is exactly what Darren is doing right now, but it might cause some melee behind him as Fenstermaker, LeBaub, and Kuhn all just about get into him, as Darren's just trying to fall to the rear here, which shake this up even more because Strickler now has a 2.6 second advantage over now Tupper and Piquel back into the top 3. Interesting twist to the tail here tonight. This has been exciting to say the least, but at the same time, Darren Detweiler making the call on his own to go to the rear under a green flag.
Yeah, and I'm still not sure on what's going on with that, but how about Joshua Piquel coming from the back second time in the 3rd position? I don't think he's got enough time to do it under green flag, but if there's another caution, he definitely got to factor him in for the win.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see, hopefully there is another caution, but if there is, what happens with that 33 is there's only 3 laps to go now. So if we did have a caution, it would be a green-white checkered, and that would be entertaining to say the least. As now Piquel starting to reel in Tupper, but I don't think he's got quite enough time, as there's some positions being traded back towards the mid-pack. Fenstermaker, Kuhn, Reynolds are right now 9th, 10th, and 11th. Detweiler back just riding right now in 12th. Barnsley, LeBaub fighting for position. There's Fenstermaker on the top now, as he had a heck of a run down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go now for Brett Strickler, who is given all that's happened right now in his own zip code, Matt. So there is your white flag. Strickler down the back straightaway for the final time. It took him a while to get back to the front, but since he did, he's been untouchable, and it's Brett Strickler across to win tonight's Big Block Modified feature at Port Royal. Tupper second, Piquel third. Great run, however, for Brett Strickler, as given all that happened, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. And not only was Strickler good, he also had just enough luck to get him there in the end. He will take home tonight's feature win. Roberts was 4th, Sheridan 5th, Lamberson 6th, LeBaub, Barnsley, Fenstermaker, Reynolds, Kuhn, Detweiler on the speedway. But once again, big congratulations to that man right there in the number 38 machine, Mr. Brett Strickler. Exciting, exciting, exciting from start to finish here tonight as he does a burnout in turns 1 and 2 here at Port Royal. As you see, the other two, they are stopped on the front straightaway. As now we will await the arrival into the booth for tonight's race winner, Brett Strickler, as he pulls around looking to find Port Royal Victory Lane.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
no, I was just about to bring you on here, man. I mean, this was a great race from start to finish. I mean, what are your thoughts about this one? Obviously, limited Port Royal experience, but this place absolutely provided some great racing here tonight.
Yeah, once the track got worn in there, towards the middle of the race, that's when the racing really started getting good. And these guys, the guys up front, were doing a heck of a job at, throwing clean slide jobs and stuff. It was definitely entertaining to watch.
Absolutely, it was. As now we'll head down trackside to the Port Royal Speedway Victory Lane, where we'll meet with our winner tonight, driver of the number 38 car, in tremendous fashion, goes to Victory Lane, Mr. Brett Strickler. Brett, man, you find yourself in the lead early. Then, you go back as far as 6th at one point. That all the breaks that you need happen. This one's got to feel special for you here tonight.
Yeah, this is it's been a long time since I won a DOB race, and I think I was sitting in a good position to win on Tuesday for the 360 race, and fortunately the internet dropped like 5 laps in. But now this is awesome. Everything I needed to go my way went my way, and I'm just happy to be standing here. It's been a long time.
Absolutely. Well, hey, soak it in. It's a great feeling when you win with DOB. I mean, some world-class drivers. These guys absolutely phenomenal, and you find yourself at the top of the heap here tonight. But I mean, really, just take me through the mid part of that race, because you're up there in the lead fighting with Braden for quite a while. He seems to be able to pull away just a little bit, and then it seemed like you started to have some trouble there about halfway through the race. What was going on there? As we saw you go back about mid-pack and then work your way back forward.
Well, I guess I got away pretty well in the initial starting on the outside. I just went to the top, and with Braden being behind me, and not knowing whether or not he was going to get through cars as well as I did, I basically just wanted to try and run and hide. So I got out there for a while, and I knew Braden was going to catch me because he's just very good at this stuff. And, so it was just basically biding my time, and after he got by me and we got to racing a little bit, I got in a rhythm. I actually ran him back down, and it was, don't happen too often, but I actually threw a slider there to take the lead back, and I got the racing with him, and it's been like I was just really confident, I guess, in my ability tonight, and it's cool. It's of all places, it's Port Royal, but yeah, we fell off the face of the earth there. It felt like for a little bit. Just kept starting on the inside, and didn't think that was where we needed to be. But towards the end, it felt like you needed to be there, at least for the front row initial start. So I don't know. It just kind of felt like we lost a little bit. But in the end, I guess it doesn't matter because we gained it all back.
Exactly what I was about to say. At the end of the day, never count yourself out. Brett, once again, congratulations. Go ahead, shout out to sponsors or anybody on the car you think deserves some love here tonight as you find yourself a winner at Port Royal.
Yeah, just thanks to Dakota and Larry for keeping me company. Thanks for Chris for putting on this league. I actually look forward to Thursday nights. There's a different car change. It makes you drive, and not as locked down as the wing sprints are. But this is definitely a fun mix-up. Big shout out to I'll throw my real car stuff in. Bronco Billy's Beef Jerky, White Combs, Schaefer's Lawn Service, LRM Masonry, Bennett Williams Commercial, Vengeance Apparatus, Hannah Cleaners, BAPS, and Seneca IT Solutions. A bunch of guys go into my real life deal, and then I come on here and just try to, whether or not people say this keeps your skills up to par, I don't know, but I enjoy doing it. So thanks to everybody in real life, thanks to everybody here, and big shout out again to Chris for at least having us.
Absolutely. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight at Port Royal is Brett Strickler in the 38. Brett, Weed Sports up next, and hey, we look forward to hopefully talking to you again as we head there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to make next week. It might be a bye week, but
Oh,
that's okay. We can celebrate my win a little longer.
absolutely. Go pop some champagne, have a good time tonight. Brett, congratulations once again.
Hey, thanks.
As the thunderstorms roll in from this latest hurricane, we now turn our attention to tonight's second place finisher, driver of the 115, Eric Tupper. Eric, this one, interesting to say the least. If you were battling, top 3, top 5 all night long there, kind of take me through it from your vantage point, because at the end of the day, top 3, you can't be disappointed with that. And that 115 was on a rail all night long.
Well, early on, I felt like I wanted to save a little bit because I know how this track gets to where, you really want to have your equipment good at the end. I came out of one of the restarts around lap 30. I came out of turn 2 and I caught the wall. I thought I did some damage. I had Pickle look at it for me. He said it looked good, but it still felt a little off. But as the track wore out, the car started feeling a little better and better. The last 2 restarts there, I had some bad luck. Got ran over by Click. I don't think it was intentional. It was just we were both trying to get the same piece of ground, and we kind of collided there, but no harm, no foul. And then the following restart, I kind of went in middle, went through turns 1 and 2, came down, tried to grab some tacky on the bottom out of 2, and the 27 was there, and he caught me and sent me for a ride, but I was able to regain it and actually fell back to about 7th, and then drove back to 4th, and then Detweiler and Click got together, and that put me in 2nd. I was kind of expecting a caution there, but not one didn't come out. But we'll take 2nd. I think I had something for the leader there. If I was a little bit closer, I think I had I don't know, a little bit better car at the end than I did early on. But we'll take 2nd.
Absolutely. Hey, I wouldn't be mad with 2nd at all, racing with this caliber of driver. I'll tell you that. But Eric, before we let you go here tonight, go ahead, shout out all the sponsors, anybody on the race car that deserves some love for your top 3 here tonight at Port Royal.
The Winning Bid Diecast Auctions, Rocket Top Chassis Shop, Wicked Joker Motorsports, Hardy Sports TV, Beards Until Skulls. That's coming off the car. This is the last night. This car will be in commission. This car is getting retired. I have a new car for next week, and it's got the new sponsors on it. So, got to thank the fans and you guys for putting the broadcast on, and DOB for putting on the show.
Absolutely, Eric. Well, once again, congratulations on a top 3 here tonight. And hey, we look forward to seeing that new ride and whatever you have in store for us as we head to Weed Sports Speedway next Thursday night.
Ooh, Weed Sport, another one of my favorites.
Yeah. All right. Good luck with that one. We'll holler at you next week, buddy.
All right, man. We'll talk to you.
And that leaves us with one person left to talk to here tonight after rebounding multiple times. Your third place finisher is the 33P of Josh Piquel. Josh, interesting race from your vantage point, I do believe, is, what was the decision? Why did you end up having to start from the tail at the start there, for those that don't know?
I went out for qualifying, but my screen was glitching, so then I reset real quick, and session just ended right before I got to the start finish line. I was trying to make a lap.
Well, I mean, hey, it gave us an interesting race, I suppose. I mean, in a fantastic showing on of your skill as you work your way from 16th all the way to 2nd, battling there for quite a while with Braden until his little incident happens, and then Darren gets up there with you. But no, it wasn't you. Was it Darren? Who was there? Was another one up there. But take me through that Braden incident. Did you get sent to the tail, or did you choose to go to the tail there after that incident there with Eiler?
Yeah, I chose to go with tail. It was just a big misjudgment on my part, and I gotta apologize to Braden again. I did in the chat, but I thought I had a bigger run on him, and went to go throw the slider, and I just got into him. So it was just a big misjudgment by my part.
Well, following that little incident, you somehow managed to escape fate multiple times. They're working your way back through the field, and then you come home third here. So, I mean, all in all, coming through the field twice, you you got to feel confident about this run at the least, right?
Yeah, I felt real good tonight. I actually did a couple practice races here, so I probably got maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 laps in on it because before this week I had never been here in the big blocks. So, but yeah, I mean, to go to the tail and then come back up through, it was rough, man. It wasn't easy to pass people, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, a couple incidents happened, and I capitalized on them, I guess.
Well, absolutely, and this looks like it'll grow your points lead just a little bit as we head to Weed Sport next week. That plays a really tricky D-shaped oval. I'm assuming, like the others, you're looking forward to it. I mean, it seems like you guys that like the sprint cars, the big blocks, like Weed Sport. I don't really get it, but how are you feeling as we head towards Weed Sport next Thursday?
I like Weed Sport when these cars, sprint cars, maybe not so much, but I don't know, these big blocks just they suit my driving style, so I just feel comfortable in them.
Well, absolutely. We'll definitely look forward to seeing what you've got in store for us next week. Go ahead, shout out the sponsors. Anybody on that 33 car that deserves some love here for finishing third at Port Royal.
Yeah, first off, I gotta thank Chris for putting this on. All the admins over at DOB, you guys for the broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch this one. And then Methanol Mafia Productions, Design Metal Art, Darren for the awesome looking wrap, and Butt Snorkeler.
Absolutely. It's not getting me like it used to. I promise. It's not getting me. I'm
It's
avoiding it
off
for now.
guard.
Yeah, man. You just leave it for last so it catches me at the last second. But once again, Josh, congratulations coming from back to front twice here. Top 3. Got to feel good about it. And hey, man, we'll see you next week. Weed Sports should be a fun show for you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Absolutely. Well, hey, man, good job tonight. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Send him back up there. Of course, that was your top 3 here tonight. There is your official results on the left-hand side of your screen. Strickler, Tupper, Piquel, your top 3. Robert, Sheridan, Lamberson, LaBelle, Bardsley, Finstermaker, Reynolds, Kuhn, Detweiler, Click, Eiler, Moody, Hanley, the 16 cars. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for tonight at the Port Royal Speedway. We're going to try and get out of here before the thunderstorm does it for me. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button down below, click the like button, hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff. Go follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Talking Dirt. Catch the Talking Dirt podcast where you find your favorite podcasts. Hopefully we'll get to record sometime in the next couple of days. Work's been crazy. Weather's crazy. Everything's kind of screwed up right now. So y'all give us some slack with the Talking Dirt podcast. You can follow Matt on Facebook and TikTok as well at Matt Pridgeon Racing and at the Pridge 14. But I guess for Mr. Matt Pridgeon, I've been Ryan Williams. This has been another feature presentation of the DOB Big Block Modifieds, and we will catch you next Tuesday night coming back with the Southern Outlaw Street Stocks for round number 6 of their season. So long, everybody.